fathers have proverb for every occasion and for every situation. For example, when they want to talk about greed, listen. He who rides the horse of greed will arrive at the destination of shame. And when they want to talk about arrogancy, listen. The proud person look everywhere and does not know what to look for. But the humble person look for one thing and sees everything. And now let's go to the third one, which is ignorance. Listen to how our forefathers make a proverb on ignorance. Ignorance has no bliss. In night, there is expectation, but in ignorance, there is nothing but hopelessness. And finally, let's look at how they make proverb on lie. Listen. The pathway of lie is very short. Lie can carry you to the top, but lie cannot keep you there because the pathway of lie is short. With that, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Cine TV. We are global and social commentator. It's not a very good week. This week does not begin well at all. For the simple reason that we've talked about greed, arrogancy, ignorance, and lie. This quality, we have associated it. We've associated them with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu have beginning to march Nigerian army in the last state before Niger Republic, that's Sokoto. As I tell you, it has been proven that Nigerian army are beginning to march their strategy. They want to use Sokoto as a point of attack. Do you think this is the right thing to do? That is when we talk about arrogancy. Remember the proverb that we made about arrogancy. We can only describe this action as being arrogant. Because Niger is small, their military is small. You think you can run them over? Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please, why not ask Russia what has happened with Ukraine? When the war was about to start, I personally think Russia will overrun them in a week. But it's a year and a half. The war is still on. The battle is still on. No victor, no vanquished. And if Bola Ahmed Tinubu think he can run over Niger Republic, he has got another thing coming. Why? Because the citizens of Niger, the people of Niger, they are solidly behind the coup plotters. They don't see them like people who have usurped the government, but they see them as liberators, freedom fighter, people who have come to free them from the shackles and horrors of France. Look at what I posted here. We don't really know what is going on, but the fact is, France have stopped giving aid to Niger because of some controversial issue, because Niger want to be truly independent. And when France stopped, Niger also stopped exporting uranium to France. You might not believe, even up to tomorrow, France still is the central, is the capital of the French-speaking West African countries. They still impose their currency on these West African countries. And they also use the French central bank as also the central bank for this country. So economically and politically, socially and culturally, these countries are tied to France. You know, there's a lot of people that have come out trying to pull these French-speaking West African countries away from the claws of France. But it has been very difficult. Remember, people like Nelson Mandela, people like the Libya's strongman, Mohammed Gaddafi, Thomas Sankara. These are men that have advocates for the true independence of West African countries and Africa as a whole from the Western world. So it is believed that the Western powers are the one pushing Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The question is, what has they done for Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to pay them back? They have told Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you follow our instructions, if you listen to us, we will legitimize your illegitimacy. And that is what they are doing. You see, this Russian war has had a lot of impact on Europe. Europe depends on Russia for a lot of things. And because Europe were also arrogant and were also ignorant, they didn't know that Russia was also one of the key producers of gas, fertilizers, flour, oil in Europe. And they were sanctioned. And now Russia is beginning to look for new markets. And Russia sees Africa as a new market. And Russia is doing everything possible, telling Africans the Europeans are only using you for their own good. And that is true. So now the African countries are beginning to be awakened. And they are telling their colonial masters, leave us alone. But the issue is, why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu going to attack Mali? This is a sovereign state. Remember when Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to France? We didn't see him much there, but we knew he went and he met with the president of France, Macron. And after the summit, he went to see Buhari. What is the interest of Buhari in Niger Republic? Does Buhari has an industry, a company, or a factory in Niger Republic that has to do with the manufacture of this uranium? Then something tells me that Buhari is still in control. Buhari is still the president of Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just a figurehead. He's taking instructions from Buhari to because Buhari has vested interests in Nigeria Republic. He's also being pushed by the Western world. Remember, he's trying to legitimate his presidency. That's why we say, is he greedy? Is he arrogant? Or is he just ignorant? We are also aware that the subsidy, the way he came, announced the subsidy without even making a provision for palliatives, for something to cushion the effects. What would you call that? Ignorant? Maybe. Or sheer arrogancy. Then he lied to Nigerians. The reason why subsidy was removed was instruction based on World Bank. They were following the conditions that the World Bank has given them so that they were able to get more loans. Remember what the proverb said: lie will get you to the top, but lie cannot keep you there. Because lie, lifespan is short. Anyway, this week we also are aware that the LSC, Labour Congress, and NUC, the Labour Union, said there's going to be a nationwide strike, and they said they are not going back. So, my brother, my sister, things are going to get worse. But you know what? I believe before things come back to normalcy, before things get better, definitely they will get worse. We just pray and hope that we all have that strength to cope. Remember, the case is still on. All the parties have done their final addresses. We are now waiting for the tribunal, the 5-man tribunal, to tell us the date for the final judgments. But what we can induce is that a lot of people have come out and have told the judiciary, if you make mistake, you're going to set the country on fire. If you're listening to what Tinubu is saying and you make a mistake, because it is clear, very clear, even Tinubu is aware Now he's asking for a rerun. When a man that says he won election now come out and say, okay, let's play it again, what does that tell you? That he has indirectly accepted that the election didn't go as planned, it didn't go well, that it was fraudulent, it was rigged. In his favor, that is what we think. But it's the judge, the court, the tribunal that's going to tell us what really happened. Then there's something that I saw and I was so bitter, so bitter. I just don't know why is it that the whole world now know that Nigeria is the most corrupt country. Why is it? Why is it? I just want to read what the MPFL, the Professional Football League of Nigeria, the report it got from FIFA. Remember, the Women World Cup is going on, and Nigeria has qualified for the next round, which is the round of 16. What happened was that there was an issue about the payments. And so FIFA was saying they wanted to pay Nigeria so that Nigeria would pay its athletics, that's its footballers. But there were a lot of uproar from different angles. At the end of the day, this was the letter that was written. Updates. FIFA Women World Cup just told Super Falcon that it was because of them that FIFA decided to pay players money direct into their bank accounts. It is, I now quote what they said, it is because of you, the Super Falcon, that for the first time in the history of FIFA, that the FIFA World Cup for women prize money will be paid directly to you, the players. This was said by the Federation's secretary in the dressing room of the Super Falcon after Republic of Ireland drew yesterday. We are going to play them next, Republic of Ireland. This does not speak well of football in this country. It is a shame that FIFA decided to compromise its policies because of the abysmal, incessant report of player money and bonuses disappearing into the thin air in Nigerian football. While I weep for football in my country, I also want to say a very big thank you to FIFA. You know what happened? FIFA now is saying that they are going to pay the footballers, the Falcon, directly. Because if they pay it to Nigeria, to the Nigeria Football Federation, the money will get missing. You see, is this not a shame? I am happy for the guests, but is it not a shame that the whole world are aware that we are the most corrupt? If you travel, if you are the type that travel a lot, the embarrassment you get for holding the green passports, the embarrassment you get for holding the green passports. The other day at the airport, I was unpicked out. And what did the immigration did? He looked at me and he started pressing my tummy. I said, what is happening? He said he want to check if there's drug inside. Uh, I just looked at him and I started laughing. He was surprised. He said, you are laughing. He said, it's a serious matter. I said, that is why I'm laughing. By the time you take me to do an authorized x-ray and you find nothing, I'm going to sue you and I'm going to make money out of you. And when I said that, he drew back a little. Then he started being friendly and asking me, where am I coming from? What am I? And, you know, but but the first impression that in Nigeria have is that we're criminals. We are criminals. And to worsen the whole thing, the judiciary is saying that because Tinubu's allegation of drug cases has passed 10 years, because of that, they are thinking of waving it away. Because of that, how would the world look at our institution, like the judiciary, like the Football Association, like INEC, like JAM? There is nothing in Nigeria that does not have a criminal tendency, either to siphon, to cheat, or to steal. Can't we do anything right without being criminally minded. This is the reason why we are all shouting. Tinubu should not be there. He has made an error. Probably not his fault as a young man, but he has made that error. He has been accused of. In fact, lately it came out that his house was used as a pickup point for drug, for heroin. Whether it's lie or it's true, the stigma is there. And that is why we are calling that we need a new Nigeria. The only way, the only way we will gain respect locally, nationally, and internationally is if we remove the skin of corruption that we have, the garments of fraud that we have, the rope of being trickish that we have. And the only way we can do that is to do away with old politicians. Do away with old politicians. Bring in new politicians, new guys. Maybe before they now turn to be as worse as those who have now. Maybe it will take 20 years, 30 years. Who knows? But I know fully well that what Peter Obi said, that if the head is not stealing, you've cut corruption 20%. Look at what FIFA is saying. That they have changed their law because of Nigeria. They have never paid directly to players. Never. But they did it because they knew fully well that the money, if it gets to the hands of the government, will vanish into thin air. Who caused us? If we have sinned, let us all come out and beg God. Let's beg God. I think God can still forgive us. Or if God wants to destroy us, let it be. So that this shame we would they carry could just end once and for all. And funny enough, Bola Tinubu is a man that told the EU, Nigeria government was the one that invited them to come and monitor the election. And they came. And then they give a report. You are telling them that they should mind their own business. What right do they have to give a report like that, to come and talk into a Nigeria affair, when you have martyred soldier to go and invade another sovereign state just because of your Western powers, those that have pushed you in, that will say, don't worry, we will support you. Because of them, you have now decided that you want to start a war. And you think that the military, that you have used a non-state actor to insult, to derogate them to the barest minimum. You think they will carry out your orders. That is why we say, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are greedy, you are arrogant, you are ignorant, and above all, you are a liar. Lying have gotten you there, but lying will not keep you there, because lie has a short lifespan. This is INI We are global and social commentators. If you like what we are doing, subscribe to this channel. We'll ask you to please like and comment. We want to hear your point of view too. Remember, if a man tells you he knows everything, that man is a stupid man, because knowledge has no end. I come here, I do my own. You will come do your own. Everybody come do your own. And that's how it is. And we also ask you to like. When we have lots and lots of like, it gives the impression that yes, this is a good video. Of course it is. And YouTube will now help us to do a lot of publicity on this video so that it will get to you. While you're just trying, you will just see our video. And for our returning subscribers, we'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, but God love you most. And we must apologize. This video is a little bit long. The way the thing they do us for body, the shame of that country, they shame us. But anyway, as it is the culture in this channel, we'll catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say chooks, adios, au revoir, ciao, hasta la vista. Thank you. Bye bye.